The National Football League is starting to learn what happens when you let your paid employees disrespect the United States of America and all she stands for. Our boycott is working, folks. The NFL's TV ratings were once again down again in week 2. A Jefferies analyst has projected that its TV partners could lose out on $200 million or more in earnings if its rating troubles persist in a double-digit way. During week 2, the NFL saw a 4% drop from 2016's week 2 in live and same-day average viewers of Sunday games and a 14% drop in viewers for Monday Night Football. I am sure NFL spokesmen will deflect the blame by saying there are too many penalties or that the games are too long. But patriotic Americans know very well what's going on, and it's not the games.It's the players disrespecting our nation, her flag and all of us by refusing to stand for the national anthem. The National Football League is in the midst of turbulent times as ratings for the second week of the football season received less than promising returns. After a 12% dip during the kickoff weekend from 2016, week 2 saw a 15% slump from the previous year. The NFL on CBS singleheader on Sunday afternoon brought in an 8.4 rating and 14.5 million viewers, which is down 24% from last year's broadcast on Fox that brought in an 11. Zero rating and 19.2 million viewers. CBS's 8.4 rating is the lowest it's had since 1998. CBS 8. Four rating is the lowest it's had since 1998 and has seen double-digit drops for 2 straight weekends this year. Some are arguing that the situation between Colin Kaepernick and the NFL is a reason why viewership is dropping. Progressives with big followings like social justice writer Shaun King have called for a complete boycott of the NFL for its anti-blackness. Meanwhile, conservatives like actor James Woods is boycotting the NFL too for allowing Kaepernick's protest of the flag to happen in the first place. The 4 networks who broadcast NFL games, CBS, ESPN, Fox, and NBC will generate a total of around $2. $5 billion in NFL ad revenue this year alone. This would mean that a 10% drop in ratings over the course of the season could cost those networks a total of $200 million cut in earnings. Every NFL player who has protested during the national anthem this season, if you were under the impression that Colin Kaepernick's continued unemployment would cause NFL players to think twice before protesting during the national anthem, think again. Last year, Kaepernick sat and later kneeled during the anthem to protest police brutality and racial inequality. Several other players joined him throughout the season.Yet. Despite the blowback Kaepernick received in some quarters, NFL players appear even more eager to protest than last season. Perhaps the biggest story of the 2017 preseason has been the willingness of players to demonstrate during the pre-game rendition of the anthem. After the white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia earlier this month, momentum only seems to be growing. What started with Marshawn Lynch and Michael Bennett this preseason has grown to a wide range of players, mostly black but also white. During one preseason game, the Browns staged the largest group protest to date, with at least 10 players demonstrating. Here's a look at the players who have knelt, sat or demonstrated in some way during the national anthem so far this season. Regular season Marcus Peters, Chiefs, sat. Marshawn Lynch, Raiders, sat. Michael Bennett, Seahawks, sat. Malcolm Jenkins, Eagles, raised fist. Robert Quinn, Rams, raised fist. Martellus Bennett, Packers, raised fist. Chris Long, Eagles, put his hand on teammate Malcolm Jenkins' shoulder. Rodney McLeod, Eagles, put his hand on teammate Malcolm Jenkins' shoulder. Justin Britt, Seahawks, put his hand on teammate Michael Bennett's shoulder. Thomas Rawls, Seahawks, put his hand on teammate Michael Bennett's shoulder. Cliff Avril, Seahawks, sat. Frank Clark, Seahawks, sat. Johnny Hacker, Rams, embraced teammate Robert Quinn. Eric Reed, 49ers, knelt surrounded by teammates. Preseason Marshawn Lynch, Raiders, sat. Michael Bennett, Seahawks, sat. Cliff Avril, Seahawks, sat during the end of the anthem. Seth Devitt, Browns, knelt. Duke Johnson Jr. Browns, knelt. Terrence McGee, Browns, knelt. Isaiah Crowell, Browns, knelt. Kenny Britt, Browns, knelt. Ricardo Lewis, Browns, knelt. Jabril Peppers, Browns, knelt. Calvin Pryor, Browns, knelt. Jamar Taylor, Browns, knelt. Christian Kirksey, Browns, knelt. Jamie Collins, Browns, knelt. Ron Brooks, Eagles, knelt. Shalom Luani, Raiders, knelt. Eric Reed, 49ers, knelt. Cameron Jefferson, Bills, raised fist. Malcolm Jenkins, Eagles, raised fist. Jarrell Casey, Titans, raised fist. Wesley Woodyard, Titans, raised fist. Robert Quinn, Rams, raised fist. Jeremy Lane, Seahawks, stood with his back to the field and flag. Chris Long, Eagles, put his hand on teammate Malcolm Jenkins' shoulder. Derek Carr, Raiders, put his hand on teammate Khalil Mack's shoulder. Justin Britt, Seahawks, put his hand on teammate Michael Bennett's shoulder. Deshaun Kaiser, Browns, put his hand on teammate's shoulder. Britton Colquitt, Browns, put his hand on teammate's shoulder. Rodney McLeod, Eagles, put his hand on teammate Malcolm Jenkins' shoulder. Other Browns players, such as Jason McCourty and Sean Coleman, stood near the group of kneeling players on Monday night in an apparent show of support. About 30 Browns players stood with their arms linked together before their game against the Buccaneers. It was only a matter of time until the American people got smart and started to see these rich elite spoiled brat players for what they really are. They make more money in 1 year than most of us will see in an entire lifetime. But instead of rising with beaming pride for the flag that stands for the nation, that provides their unmatched wealth just for tossing a ball around, they decide to bow in disrespect because they want to protest a police officer having to kill a drug-dealing gangbanger who pulled a gun on them.